may have heard this many times. In gardening, it's all about experience. And the more you do, the more you learn and the better you become. Yes, that's true, but the question is, how much do you learn after spending those times and money? Is it worth it? Right? Is it worth the emotional ups and downs that you have to go through in order to just enjoy gardening? Right? Many gardeners don't. And many said that gardening is hard and challenging. Right? And that's why most gardeners fail. Right? Because that's not the way to become successful in gardening. So today, let me share with you three reasons why gardeners fail. Reason number one, following fake gurus. You see, the great thing about the internet is that there's so much information out there. Right? The sad thing about the internet is nowadays everyone is an expert. Right? Everyone is a guru. They are telling you to do this and don't do that. And everyone out there seems to be like have beautiful gardens and beautiful plants. And they are telling you, hey, you just need to follow my technique or use this product, use that product, and you will be a very successful gardener. So my question to you is, if you ask yourself, if you think critically, what qualifies them to give you advice? Most of these so-called experts, they come and go. I've seen so many of them over so many years. They are probably good with only like one type of plant, and they can't really replicate their success. See, the name of the game is not really about becoming successful. The name of the game is to stay successful. And most of these so-called gurus or experts, they only know from what they have experienced before, and they do not last. And they only know how to grow one particular plant well, right, after spending 30, 40 years. A lot of noise, and when environment change or when plants change, when they try different kind of plants, their technique doesn't work anymore. And they go quiet. Isn't it true? If you notice, who you learn from is much more important of what you learn. Are they truly proven? Are their models, their techniques proven to work and can be replicated by others? Are they proven to work in different kind of environments, different kind of conditions? And if you think deeply, really think about it, that will actually eliminate 99% of them. And these gurus are telling you to do this, they're asking you to buy different kind of products that don't help you at all. And then unknowingly you are doing this for many years. Before you know, they are actually wrong. They don't really work. Reason number two, doing things in the wrong order. You see this all the time in social media, in gardening groups. Hey, I just bought this beautiful plant. How do I care for the plant? And you know, soon enough, these plants will die because they didn't get the necessary resources they need to grow well. And gardeners, they don't know much about the plant and they don't know how to care for the plant. And gardeners try again and again, trial and error, just to find out the right resources to give in order for the plants to grow well. And that takes time, it takes money, and it takes determination. Well, not all gardeners can do that for long. And so if you think about it, what's the better way of getting it right the first time or the first few times? And successful gardeners do their homework first before they actually buy and grow their plants. They want to know everything about the plants. They want to know how these plants will fit into their gardens or different kind of environments. So most gardeners only want to grow what they want, but successful gardeners only grow what they can. So if you notice, in order to be really successful in gardening, if you really want to enjoy gardening, it actually begins before you buy your plant. And the more prepared you are, the more knowledgeable you are, your odds of success will greatly increase. It's not intuitive, right? I didn't know that for 5 years until I met my mentor. So I hope by sharing my lessons with you, my experience with you, I can help you to save a few years of your time. Reason number 3, focusing on the wrong things. I am not sure if you noticed this. There are many articles online or social media posts that are always talking about very specific growing techniques, very specific products. And you see those how to grow guide, right, where they talk about the exact how many times you should water your plants, or exactly like what do you use to make your own soil. Right? But somehow if you try these methods yourself, they didn't seem to work for you. Right? And you will also notice that there are contradicting techniques and advice. Right? Some gardeners say you just need to water once a day, while another gardener disagreed with that statement and said, well, it works for me if I water 3 times a day. Right? Both of them say it works, right? But somehow none of these work for you. Right? Because specific techniques are not the keys to gardening success, and you should not be focusing on those techniques. So what you should be focusing on? I think the real key to gardening success is not on the techniques themselves. Right? It's actually what's behind those techniques. It is the fundamental principles of gardening. Right? It is the growing environment, and it is what the plants need to grow well, and how well you manage the growing condition, your growing environment. So successful gardeners always talk about how to change, how to maintain, or how to create that kind of growing conditions, the kind of growing environment. And they understand their environment very, very well, and they know exactly how to create their own techniques to support that growing environment. That's the difference. Right? What works for them doesn't work for you, because all growing environments are very different from one another. So techniques are very specific to that particular growing environment. So if you ask yourself, what should you focus on in order to become a successful gardener? I guess you already know the answer. Right? It's all about knowledge over techniques. It's the brains over your hand. If you made it this far, I hope you find this eye-opening, and really consider these 3 reasons before you do your gardening or before you start your gardening. In fact, I have a special gift for you. Instead of telling you how great it is or how effective it is, I want to help you by adding some value into your life. I have put together a special ebook that will teach you what I believe is the number 1 skill, the number 1 approach that you need to know and master in order to become very successful in your gardening. It's absolutely free. All you have to do is to click on the link and just put in your email address. See for yourself and see what this 1 skill, the 1 approach could do for you. This 1 skill, this 1 approach has helped more than 2,344 students of mine all over the world to become successful gardeners. Over 2,000 students, 2,000 successful gardeners, can't be wrong. Click on the link and you'll see for yourself.